Well, it's been a couple of weeks since I actually posted one of these. This is just to check in on you. I want to encourage you to take a look at your grades so that I haven't made any mistakes. I want to thank those that have informed me when I've got something hidden from you that I didn't actually want to do that. Um, some other things is I've had you do your own balance sheet. I don't necessarily want to look at your balance sheet. If you want me to look at it close and that sort of thing, I'd help you with it anytime you wanted me to, including after you get out of this class. Those are confidential, the ones you turn in especially. I just want you to know that it's kind of an important exercise that you keep track of that sort of thing. And it's not one balance sheet is just not going to do it. You need to do it, maybe a couple of times a year just to see if you're making any head ground or making it towards your goals. And of course that goes back to your missions and the goals that you set from your missions, that you'll be able to actually put a number to those certain things and see if you're getting any closer to them. So anyway, hopefully I didn't step on anybody's toes. I'm not that interested in each individual one, other than if you wanted some closer inspection, interpretation, that sort of thing, I'd be glad to help you with it. The other thing is we're going to have you turn in one more budget, but those that are getting excited about this, and I have talked to a few of you about your budgets, your personal budgets, that I hope you continue on with that. And I mean, that's your spreadsheet, and you can take a close look at that. It's certainly a very large portion of financial success, and my belief has always been, has been for a long time, that if you don't have your personal finance in place, then it's pretty tough, very difficult to manage your business's finances as well. And if you have the personal side of it, then the business side, although it seems a little more complex and there's more to it, there's more moving parts and that sort of thing, it's just another notch higher, and it's not that challenging. I wish you all the luck again with that sort of thing. We're going to be talking about enterprise budgets, and I know we're actually going to go into the detail end of it and talk more about the enterprises you might see in a traditional agricultural sense. But I've posted an article down lower, and hopefully some of you are reading some of those. Those are some of the things that I get a lot of encouragement about, and I try to share them with you. It's about 50 different things you can do with ag resources for an enterprise, or additional small businesses that use those kind of resources that we have tied up in ag. A lot of times we are in a highly capitalized business. It takes millions of dollars sometimes to take advantage of the economies of scale that some of you are out there in livestock and ranching and farming and all that sort of thing. So sometimes you can take some of the pressure off from the cash flow needs and the debt requirements and all that kind of stuff if you were to add one or two additional enterprises that don't take that much time. Of course, if you're going to start a whole nother business, it takes a whole lot of time and effort on your part, and maybe capital. And those are the ones that I'm not that interested in. Most of us have like a rental or a potential cabin that we could rent out through the Airbnb site or the other websites that are available on the internet. And those are the kinds of things that we're probably renting them to our hunters, possibly. Maybe we're having relatives stay there when, there's no motel rooms that are close to where we live. That's my deal. They're just any place for them to stay. They're going to have to stay with us if we're going to have them come visit, which I really, really enjoy, both friends and family. So, but why not take some income off of that? and hopefully with very little effort on our parts. We might have to upgrade them a little bit and maintain them if we're using them more often and that sort of thing, but they may be already on our place. We might also, with a small capital investment, actually install cabins or another room. We might start out real low, just renting out a room in our house if we're gregarious and we like people. I've visited with many, many people over the years in all aspects of business that, especially over the last 4 or 5 years since this has become very common, is the only thing they have to do is clean it up, put some new linens on the bed. They don't even have to meet them in a lot of cases. They give them entrance in and out of their room or their cabin, and sometimes they don't get a chance to even see them. If you can add little events, and it is a chance where we can actually explain, give the story of agriculture, then maybe you can charge a little bit more, and again, for a little more time that you're going to have to spend with those people. I've been in the recreation business most of my life, in the business field, and I would say that I have probably gained some of the very best friends and business confidants that I've learned from over the years as well. I've been able to sit on the hillside and talk about high finance and maybe some different customer relations types of subjects that I wouldn't have ever been subject to if I hadn't actually invited those people out. So anyway, if you're kind of a person that likes his solitude or her solitude, that's all okay and fine, and I'm a little bit that way too, a little bit selfish that way, but you're missing out a little bit, and a little bit of us, or we can all use a little bit of advice from the outside world on that part of it, and it could relieve some cash flow problems. Maybe we wouldn't have to go in, wouldn't have to work the debt so hard. Maybe we get some of our, if we're already in debt, maybe we could pay some of that debt off a little quicker, so that we'd be on the road to financial peace that we've talked about, and Dave Ramsey has as well. So anyway, I wish you all the world of luck, and better than that, I know that you've got it in you, that you can actually pull yourself out of those kind of situations if you're there. You can keep yourself out of there. If you end up going a little bit backwards, well, sometimes, you take a step backwards in order so you can take a step forward too. So anyway, take care, and let me know if you have any questions over any of this stuff.